Hello, my Form 5s. How is everyone doing? I hope everybody is well. Welcome back to our weekly lesson for July week 1. Okay, apologize for the weird camera angle. Okay, so let's begin. Today we are talking about inheritance traits in humans. Okay, last week we talked about how basic inheritance works. Okay, I hope you still remember because today we are using that concept and we are going to apply it in humans. Okay, so like I said, last week's concept is very important. Okay, super important because that's what we are going to study this week. All right, so apologize for the camera angle. All right, so let's look at what we are going to study today. Okay, so firstly we are going to study human blood. Okay, your human blood system, as everyone knows, okay, our human blood system is blood A, B and O. Okay, I hope you know what type you are. Okay, so you have blood A, B, O here. Okay, A, B and O. Okay, so they are controlled. Basically you have 3 alleles over here. Remember what is allele? Okay, so let's say last week we talked about height, remember? So you have big T and small t, so we have 2 alleles. Okay, but for blood group it's a bit more special. Blood group you have 3. Okay, so you must say, so why 3? Okay, because why? In this case we have 2 dominants. Okay, 2 dominants. We use the word called co-dominance. Okay, co means together. They are both the winners. So if they are both present, they both have to exist. Okay, they will both show in your phenotype. Remember, it's phenotype. Genotype is what is the gene is. Phenotype is what you can see. Okay, like tall is a phenotype. Short is a phenotype. Okay, so we have 3 alleles here. And then of course the O is the recessive one. Sorry. Okay, the O is the recessive one. A and B is the dominant one. I hope you know what I'm trying, where I'm trying to go. Okay, so you have 4 types of blood. You have A, B, and O. Okay, so let's look at blood A. Okay, so let's look at blood A. If you are blood A, there are 2 possibilities of a genotype. Number 1, you can be IAIA, means you have 2 dominant. You are the pure breed type A. Okay, so or you are IAIO, means you have 1 A and 1 O. Okay, O is the recessive. Okay, like last week we learned, if you are tall, you can be either 2 big T's or 1 big, 1 small. Okay, they both still produce tall individuals, but the big T, small t one, it has a recessive gene over there, and it might not affect, it will not affect you, but it will affect your children. Okay, so same case here. So as long as you have an A here, then you have a dominant gene, then you are blood type A. And then for B, same case, you have either IBIB or IBIO. Okay, same here, you have either 1 dominant gene or you have 2 dominant genes. Okay, so the special one here is AB. Okay, AB happens when you get a dominant gene A from your daddy or mommy, and then you get another one dominant gene B from your daddy or mommy. So you have 2 dominant genes present, you have IAIB. So they are called co-dominants because they both won't lose. They both are the winners, so they both will show. That's why you are blood AB. Okay, that's why blood group is a bit special. Okay, and if you are O, like most of us, okay, I would say around 90% of us are O, so you are both recessive. Okay, recessive doesn't mean you have bad genes. Okay, it just means it's recessive. Okay, it won't win against dominant gene. Okay, that's all. Okay, not necessarily it's bad or good. Okay, so you are blood type O. Okay, so you might, okay, a lot of people will ask, why is this blood group thing so important? Okay, apologize for the camera again. Okay, so why is this blood group thing so important? Okay, because wrong blood group, they can create what do you call the immune response in your body, and the blood will start attacking each other and then you will die. Okay, so how do they work? I think you learned this in Form 3 already, if you still remember. Okay, I doubt many of you don't. Okay, so okay, how do they work? Okay, let's say now I'm blood type A. Okay, I'm blood type A. Okay, on every blood there's antigen. Do you know what's antigen? Antigen is the marker on a cell. That is how your body recognizes something foreign. Okay, let's say now a COVID virus were to enter your body. How does the body know it's not part of it? Because on the surface of the COVID virus, okay, it has a marker. We call it antigen. Okay, you learned this in chapter 1. Okay, so think of it this way. For blood type A, the antigen on the red blood cell is round. Okay, it's not necessarily round, but it's just a shape to differentiate and let you know. Okay, and then imagine B is triangle. Okay, triangle. Okay, so let's imagine I have blood type A. Okay, all the red blood cells in my body have round shaped markers. Okay, have round shaped markers, and I have anti-B antigen. Can you see the antigen is like triangle shape, which fights blood type B. So if I'm blood type A, I have anti-B antibody in my blood. Okay, anti-B, I will fight B. You know what's antibody? Antibody is the one that fights your infection. So if I were to receive a B type blood, that means disaster. Okay, my blood will think, holy shit, man, this is foreign. This is bacteria. Let's start attacking it. So your blood will fight, and then it will clot in your blood vessel, and you will die. Okay, so for blood type A, I can donate to A and AB. Okay, I can receive from A and O. Okay, let's not look at these two first. Okay, let's understand all the type first. Okay, so if your blood type B is the other way, my blood shape, okay, my blood is triangular shape, the marker is triangular shape, I'm anti-A, I fight against round shape. Can you see? My antigen, my antibody is round shape. Okay, I will fight anything that is round, which is blood type A. Okay, for AB, okay, AB is very good. On the surface of blood AB, it has triangular and round shape. Okay, I have no antibody. I have no antibody. That's why AB person can get blood from everyone. If I'm AB, I get A, I won't fight A because I have no anti-A. If I get it from B, I won't fight B because I have no anti-B. Okay, if I get it from AB, of course I can because I'm AB. If I get it from O, okay, O is the most, I would say, dangerous fella because they cannot get blood from anyone. Okay, let's look at O first. Okay, let's understand O. Okay, on the blood of O, they have no markers, none whatsoever. Okay, and then let's say I'm an O person, I have anti-A and anti-B. Means I will fight whatever round shape or triangular shape that enters my body. That's why if I'm O, I get it from A, which has the round marker, I will fight A. If I get B, which is the triangular marker, I will fight B. If I get AB, it has both, of course I will fight AB. Okay, so that's why O, you can only get it from O. Because O has no marker, it will not make your blood freak out. Okay, so understanding this, then I'm sure you can understand most already. Okay, so AB, I can get it from everyone. I can get it from O. AB, for sure, I can get it from O because O has no markers here. What is there to be afraid of? Okay, that's why O is known as the universal donor. Okay, why? Because it has no antigen. Okay, no antigen means no immune response. Okay, I will not trigger any blood to freak out. O is it's the generous guy. I can give it to everyone, but I can only get it from O. Okay, that's why the balance of nature, 90% of us are O. Okay, if 90% of us are AB, the O people are gonna die out because once they get in car crash or whatever, they cannot get the blood transfusion. They will just die because the blood is so rare. Okay, so for AB, this is the selfish guy. They can only get it. They can get from everyone, but they can only give it to AB because of the marker, because of the antigen. They have two antigens there, so they cannot give it to A. They cannot give it to B. They cannot give it to O. Okay, so selfish guy. Okay, so I'm sure you learned this in Form 3. Okay, but maybe Form 3 you didn't really study this in detail because this is very confusing for you. Okay, so now you know. Okay, so donor's blood and recipient's blood must be compatible. This is Form 3 stuff. Okay, to prevent antigen to agglutinate. Okay, agglutinate means they stick together, they clump together. You will have blood clot inside your blood vessel. Okay, yes, blood clot is important to stop bleeding, but if it happens inside of a blood vessel, that is disaster. All right. So you might say, okay, one more thing. I'm sure you have heard of, you watch some stupid Korean drama, you see, oh, this main character got in an accident, okay, oh, his blood is the O negative type, okay, somehow, okay, and then at the end of the day, he or she will not die, okay. So what is the positive and negative thing? Okay, that is what I mean by rhesus factor, okay. So blood compatibility, we don't only look at the blood group, we also look at rhesus factor. Okay, so what is rhesus factor? Okay, rhesus factor is another type of antigen. Okay, so just now we have antigen A, antigen B. Now we have another type, which is the rhesus antigen. Okay, so this is an antigen on the plasma at the membrane of erythrocyte. Okay, so it's controlled by dominant, which is RH alphabet, big alphabet letter, okay, capital letter, and then you have RH small letters. Okay, so if I'm rhesus positive, okay, so means I have rhesus factor present. Okay, so means I don't have rhesus antibody. I will not fight anyone. Okay, so I can be both dominant. Okay, what do you call this again? We call this what was it again? Sorry, the word flew over my head. Okay, we call it yes, homozygous dominant. Okay, remember this word? And then we have heterozygous. Okay, so can be both cases here. Okay, the problem comes if you are negative. Okay, if you're negative, you have antibody. Okay, means you are recessive. Okay, homozygous recessive. Okay, so what's the problem here? If you are O negative, okay, means you will fight anything that has positive. So if you receive from O positive blood, oh, your body is gonna attack this guy. Okay, and then blood clot again. But if you're O positive, you get it from O negative, meh. Okay, you don't have antibody, so you not fight it. That's why O is already the rare guy. O negative makes it worse. You are even more rare. You're rarer than O. Okay, I think only a few percent of O are O negative. So if you are O negative blood, please do go and donate more blood because people need it. Okay, if they are caught in an accident or whatever, they need your blood. Okay, because it's really rare. Okay, it's really rare. Okay, and somehow the blood type of the main character in some drama, okay, he or she will for sure be O negative. Okay, that's how the drama goes. Okay, that's how they create drama. Okay, come on. Okay, so how do you get rhesus factor? Okay, let's say now your dad is heterozygous, okay, and then your mom is a O negative, okay, it's a rhesus negative. So your dad's sperm, okay, remember this, your dad's sperm has 50-50, 50% dominant, 50% recessive. Your mom is 100%, the ovum is 100% recessive because she only has recessive gene. Okay, so when you combine them, so first child is heterozygous, second child is rhesus negative. So if you give birth to a child 50-50, you will get someone negative. Okay, so if you decide to have children, that's the risk that you are going to take. Okay, so the child, 50% the child will be a very rare blood type. Okay, it has no problem if you are not doing blood transfusion. Okay, so one more thing the rhesus factor can cause here. Okay, so number one, blood transfusion, like I told you just now. Okay, so let's say now this is a Rh negative person. Okay, Rh negative person. You have no problem giving blood. You can give to positive or negative person, no problem. Okay, but if you are rhesus positive guy, you cannot give it to negative one because you can cause problem. The negative blood will attack your positive blood and then they will die. But of course, the positive can get it from positive. Okay, that's why you see the poor guy here is the negative guy. Okay, the rhesus negative guy, because they can't do anything, they can only get it from rhesus negative, which is really rare. Okay, so first transfusion, little or no reaction in recipient's blood. Subsequent transfusion, the recipient blood in the body reacts by producing large quantity of antibodies. Okay, so you can donate it maybe for the first time. Okay, if the antibody is not that sensitive, but if you do it for the second time, they are already exposed to this antigen, then you might cause a problem. Okay, the blood will start fighting. Okay, so okay, our problem here is pregnancy. Okay, it's pregnancy. Okay, so why? Okay, so now let's say this guy is rhesus positive. Okay, and then this woman is rhesus negative. Okay, rhesus negative. Okay, so rhesus positive guy and a rhesus negative woman, for sure you will get a child with rhesus positive. Okay, so here comes the problem. So the child is rhesus positive. Okay, so the blood will start attacking the mother's blood because the rhesus is positive. Okay, so the Rh negative blood woman carries the positive fetus. So small amount of Rh negative positive rhesus, I just call it rhesus positive. Okay, red blood cell from the fetus may enter the mother's bloodstream, like I said, attack the mother's blood. Okay, so the mother is an adult. Okay, so the mother will do immune response. Okay, so the mother will do immune response. Means the mother will start producing antibody to fight the rhesus positive blood. Okay, so rhesus positive antibodies are able to diffuse in the fetus bloodstream through the placenta. Okay, so this antibody here will start to go and attack the fetus. But the first pregnancy usually isn't the problem, because before the mother's antibody can attack the fetus will be born already. Okay, but here's the thing. The antibody of this rhesus factor will remain inside the mother. Because immune response, if you still remember, it's a lifetime thing. You get chickenpox for once because you memorize your lymphocyte, okay, to be specific, your B memory cell will remember, you know what, I'm going to remember you so that the next time you come, I'll be ready for it. This is how vaccination works. Okay, so during the second pregnancy, the mother already has enough antibodies to attack the rhesus positive factor. And so this fetus will be in danger. Okay, so if it's not so serious, they can cause anemia. Okay, serious, they can cause brain damage because of lack of oxygen, because the red blood cell cannot work, so it cannot carry oxygen. Of course, you will have lack of oxygen, you have brain damage, or in the worst case scenario, you will die. Okay, the fetus will die. Okay, so this rhesus factor is a very big thing to consider if you're rhesus negative. Okay, it's really rare. Okay, so if it runs in the family, I hope you know if it runs in the family, then you should go and do a test. Okay, something for you to think about. Okay, so what do you do then? You have something called anti-Rh globulin, which is some medication you can use to stop the antibody from, attacking the fetus. Okay, so if you know it early, then you can prevent all these disasters from happening. Okay, so anyway, so let's look at other genetic stuff related to human. Okay, so what is a karyotype? Okay, karyotype is this thing. Okay, this is how they do the parent confirmation test. Okay, you want to know whether a baby is yours, okay, you can go and do this karyotype. Okay, if it matches more than half of your DNA, of course it's your child or your relative or whatever. Okay, so this karyotype thing. Okay, so if you forgotten, kindly remind you, human has 46 chromosome. Okay, human has 46 chromosome. Okay, so you must see, what the hell is this? Why is it 44XY? Okay, so it's not mentioned here. It's not mentioned here. Okay, so this 44, we call it autosome. Okay, this 44 determines all your characteristics, like your eye color, hair texture, hair color, double eyelid, single eyelid, whatever. All the characteristics are determined by this 44. And then the last two, we call them sex chromosome. As the name says, they have only one function, which is to determine your gender. Okay, so XY being male and XX being female. Alright, so how would you know? You just do this karyotype and you can see. Okay, if they are two different, of course it's XY, because X and Y is different. If they are two the same height, so of course this is XX, you are a female. Alright, so basically this karyotype is a test that will lay out all your DNA, which is your chromosome. They lay everything out and then they let you see, is there anything wrong with your DNA. Okay, so in forensic, okay, they will do this thing as well, okay, in terms of DNA tests. Okay, because DNA is so unique, only you have it. Okay, so if your DNA is found on some crime scene or whatever, There's no way for you to deny it. You were there because your genetic material is found there. Okay? There's no way for you to say, oh, you know what, maybe someone is similar to you. No, practically impossible. Okay, so sex determination in humans. Okay, so let me show you why giving birth to a male or a female is 50-50. Okay, so now let's say this is your mom. Okay, your mom is for sure 44XX because XX is female. She is for sure XX. Okay, so meiosis will split a cell to a gamete, which is half the chromosome. Remember? So you are 2N here. Your gamete is N, one set. Your mom will give you one set. She has two. She'll give you one. If you still remember, this is meiosis. Okay, so in her ovum, 100% of her ovum will be 22X. Okay, so why? Because she has no Y chromosome. But for your daddy, it's different. Okay, your daddy, when he does meiosis, okay, half of his sperm is 22X, half of his sperm is 22Y because he has Y. Okay, so who determines the gender of the baby? For sure, it's your daddy. Okay, so last time, you know, we used to blame the woman for not being able to give you a male heir, okay, a male child. That is not the fault of the female. The female has no Y chromosome. It's the fault of the male. Okay, so your daddy determines your gender. Okay, so how many percent of the sperm here? 50% of X, 50% of Y. Okay, so when I combine, remember 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4. So first child 44XX female. I'll write an F here. Okay, 44XX female, 44XY male, 44XY male. Okay, so can you see? Giving birth to female and male, it's 50-50. This is genetic. This is inheritance. You can't lie. There's no way for you to, oh, you know what, I'm gonna eat lemon and then it increases my chance of making a female. Okay, does eating lemon increase make the Y chromosome, the Y sperm swims faster? No. Okay, so this is like flipping a coin. Okay, it's not like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna eat lemon so that I can increase my chance of getting a hit. No, it doesn't happen. Okay, so don't believe in all this, oh, you eat this and that, it increases the chances of this and that. No, this is a coin flip. Okay, and those success story are told by, you know, people who are successful because they got the gender they want. Okay, and you didn't hear from the other half which failed. Okay, they didn't get the gender they want. So it's 50-50. It's always 50-50. This is statistics. You can't run away, you can't lie. Okay, so it's always 50-50. Okay, it's not like, oh, temperature change or whatever, you increase your chance of getting a male or female. No. Okay, so don't be stupid. Okay, you can't lie. Biology doesn't lie to you. Okay, so let's look at sex-linked inheritance. Okay, sex-linked inheritance. What is sex-linked inheritance? Means diseases carried by sex chromosome. Okay, diseases carried by sex chromosome, specifically the X chromosome. Okay, most sex-linked disease. Okay, first and foremost, sex-linked disease is not STD. STD is AIDS, herpes, sexually transmitted disease. No, not that. That is due to unprotected sex. This is linked to X chromosome. Okay, so we call it sex-linked disease. So you may say, so what are the examples? Number one, you have hemophilia. Okay, what is hemophilia? Hemophilia is when your blood fails to clot. You lack a certain clotting factor in your blood, so your blood clots very slowly. Okay, and then you have another disease here. I'm sure everyone heard of it, which is your color blindness. Okay, color blindness is a sex-linked disease. Means it's linked to the X chromosome. Okay, so you have 46 chromosome. Like I said, the first 44, the autosome, they carry different characteristic. But the X chromosome, the sex chromosome, they carry certain characteristic. For one is your color determination. I mean, the ability to distinguish red and green, which is color blindness. Okay, so I will talk about this later. Okay, so let's look at hemophilia. Okay, hemophilia is an individual inability to produce the protein is caused by recessive allele found on X chromosome. Okay, only carried in X chromosome. Why? Don't ask me. That's the nature. You won't have sex-linked disease on a Y chromosome. Okay, So lack of clotting factor causes the inability of the blood to clot normally, resulting in excessive bleeding and death. Okay, so it's not that your blood doesn't clot, maybe it clots very slowly. Okay, you will die from excessive bleeding. Okay, a lot of people, they don't know they have this. Okay, so you have two alleles here. You have X big H, which is the dominant. Okay, big is dominant, and then you have X small h, which is recessive. Okay, how about Y, sir? Y carries nothing. Like I said, sex-linked disease is only carried by chromosome X. Don't ask me why. That's the nature. Okay, like why would you have two hands, two arms? That's the nature. Okay, so for a male, you have only two possibilities here, which is X big HY or X small hy. Okay, in the first case, X big HY, you are normal because you're dominant. You don't have the hemophilia gene. Or if you're X small hy, you are hemophiliac. Means you have this blood clotting problem. Okay, so very straightforward. Okay, female is where the complication comes. Okay, so you can be X big H. Remember, this is only carried by X chromosome. So female has two X chromosome. That's why it's more complicated. So if you are big H, you are a normal female. If you are small h, you are a hemophiliac female. Okay, but there's a third scenario. If you are big H, small h, yes, you are dominant. You are still normal. Okay, because remember, the dominant will always win, you will always show. You have a tall gene, you have a short gene, you will still be tall. The short one will not express itself because it's a recessive gene. Okay, so, but you might say, then the X small h here, yes, it becomes a factor. You may be normal, but you may pass this to your child. That's why if you have a small h here, we call you a carrier. Okay, you are carrying that gene that you might pass it to your child. That's why you are a carrier. Okay, so why does this matter, you might ask? Okay, so let's do some crossing diagram and we'll see how. Okay, so first example, let's say this father is hemophiliac. Okay, so hemophiliac is small h lah. There's only one possibility here. Okay, so he marries a normal mother, which is big H. Okay, and then we do meiosis. The father's sperm, half is X small h, half is Y. Yeah, I hope you know why. Okay, and then for the mother has only X big H, so all the ovum will be big H. Okay, so combination 1 3 1 4 2 3 2 4. So the first possibility is you have a carrier female and then a normal male. Okay, which means if this couple were to get married and to have children, if they give birth to a male, they don't need to worry because the male will be normal. If they give birth to a female, 100% she will be a carrier. Okay, that's why I said this thing runs in the family. So if this carrier were to marry another normal female, were to not marry another male, okay, let's look at the second case. So now, let's say this female, okay, she grows up, she marries a normal father, okay, a normal male, because very seldom we have hemophilia, okay, so this is like a lot of the case, okay. So now the carrier mother is big H small h, the father, because he's normal, so it's a big H here. So we do meiosis, half the sperm is X big H, half the sperm is Y. So for the carrier mother, this is where the problem comes. Her ovum will be 50% big H, 50% small h. So it's like a coin flip. The child will be getting which H, we don't know, it's a chance thing. Okay, so 1 3 1 4 2 3 2 4. Okay, so if she were to give birth to a female, so we have a 50-50 chance here. Okay, 50% the female will be normal, her daughter will be normal, or 50% her daughter will be a carrier. Okay, and if they were to give birth to a male, they have a son, 50% he will be normal, 50% he will be hemophiliac. That's why, can you see? Let's say this is the grandparents, this is the parents, and then this is the grandchildren. So can you see the gene runs from the grandfather pass on to the mother, and then the mother pass on to the son, if the son has hemophilia. Okay, so can you see it's like a family tree, it runs down. That's why I say a lot of diseases, they are carried by genetics. Okay, like me, I wear spectacles because my mother side, most of them wear spectacles. Okay, so it's a gene. You can't blame. If you have your grandparents who have cancer or whatever, then you might have the cancer gene. Okay, tough luck. You cannot choose. Okay, so this is a genetic thing. All right, so let's look at another case here. So if a normal father, which is X big HY, were to marry a hemophiliac mother, so she's small h because she's hemophiliac, of course there's two recessive gene. Okay, so meiosis, and then the father will have half of the sperm is X big H, half of the sperm is Y. And then the mother, for sure, her ovum will be all X small h because she has only this gene. So crossing 1314, 2324. Okay, so if they were to have a daughter, okay, the daughter will for sure be a carrier. Okay, she won't be a hemophiliac. She will for sure be a carrier. And then if they were to give birth to a male, okay, let's say the son comes out, 100% the son will be hemophiliac. Okay, so this is what makes the problem complicated, because sex-linked disease is usually quite complicated. Okay, so for color blindness, same thing. Okay, so we use B here instead of H, we use B. The concept is the same. Okay, so for male, big B is normal male, small b is color blindness, and then female, same thing, big B is normal, small b is color blindness, big B, small b, you are a carrier. Okay, so okay, you have a lot of types of color blindness, the most common being red-green color blindness. Okay, if you have red-green color blindness, you cannot take driving tests because the first 10 questions of your undang, okay, it's color blind test. You fail them, you cannot take your undang. Okay? Well, of course, because the traffic light is red and green, okay, how they have no reasons to allow you to drive. Okay, so tough luck. Okay, so same case here. If a colorblind father and a carrier mother, if the father is colorblind, for sure he's small b. If the mother is carrier, for sure is big B, small b. Okay, and then meiosis, the father will have half the sperm in X small b, half the sperm in Y, and then the mother, half the ovum is X big B, half the ovum is X small b. Okay, so 1314, 2324. So if they were to have a female, if they were to have a daughter, okay, 50% chance she'll be colorblind, 50% chance she will be carrier. Okay, and then if they were to have a son, okay, 50% he'll be colorblind, 50% he'll be normal. Okay, so this thing is the same as the top one. Okay, same thing, because it's a sex-linked disease. Okay, that's why I said last week's lesson is very important. Remember we learned this last week. Now we're applying it to humans. So same thing. That's why Gregor Mendel is the father of inheritance. Without him, we don't understand all this. Okay, we can just sort of guess, the father has colorblind, maybe the child will have colorblind. We don't know whether it's in son or daughter. But from his understanding, we can know, we can sort of predict what will the children be. Okay, so basically chapter 5 is all drawing this thing. Okay, so basically if you can understand last week's lesson, you can understand like what 90% of this chapter. All right, so other hereditary disease, okay, some diseases that you should know, okay, they are inherited. You don't get it from outside, you get it from your mom or your dad. Okay, so first is Huntington disease. Okay, Huntington disease, a very rare brain disorder. Okay, so what happened here? Death of brain cell leading to behavioral change. Okay, loss of mental ability, motor coordination, behavior change, eventually death. Okay, so your brain will kind of shrink. Okay, something like your muscle atrophy. Okay, like the ALS thing. Okay, so you're born with it, you have no choice. Okay, next, albinism. Okay, so what is albinism? Okay, whenever you see someone who looks very pale, okay, that is albinism. Okay, so why do we have this dark color? Okay, our hair is dark. Okay, for Asians, our pupil is dark. Why? Because we have something called melanin. Okay, so melanin is your skin pigment. If you were to go to the sun for 2 hours every day, if you're exposed to UV, your body will respond by producing more melanin to protect you from the UV. Okay, so for people with albinism, they can't produce melanin. Okay, so they have no dark pigment, that's why they look super pale. Okay, so for people with albinism, they should not be under the sun. Okay, they should not go exposed directly under the sun, because the UV is gonna burn their skin. Okay, you might not feel it because you have melanin, so they don't. They cannot be under the directly under the sun. Okay, that's why you don't see albinism people come out a lot. Okay, first of course is the, the way we stare at them. Okay, and then of course second thing, it's, when you're exposed to UV, it hurts, it burns your skin. Okay, sunburn. Okay, if you have gone through a sunburn, basically if they go directly under the sun, that's what it will happen to them. Okay, so it's a genetic thing. Okay, next, sickle cell anemia. Okay, whenever you see anemia, means your blood cannot carry oxygen. Okay, so anemia can be due to lack of iron. Okay, but in this case, sickle cell anemia is when your blood cell, your hemoglobin changes shape. Hemoglobin is round, that's why your red blood cell is round. So for people with sickle cell anemia, somehow there's an amino acid inside their hemoglobin that goes wrong, because hemoglobin is a protein, so something inside goes wrong. So it changes the shape of their hemoglobin, and then their red blood cell turns like a sickle shape. Okay, sickle is the thing last time you used to cut grass. Okay, so it looks like the sickle. Okay, so it depends how serious it is. If it is very serious, then you might die in childbirth. Okay, because die when you're an infant, because you don't get oxygen, of course you die. Okay, so you have poor blood circulation. Okay, and then next, cystic fibrosis. Okay, let's not talk about cystic fibrosis first. Let's talk about thalassemia first. Okay, this is also another form of anemia. Okay, this is also another form of anemia. Okay, this is where, can you see just now, turns into sickle shape, abnormal hemoglobin shape. Same case here, it's abnormal as well. Okay, usually thalassemia, there's a hole in the middle of the red blood cell. Okay, my mom has it, a low, not so serious. Okay, but she has it. She got it from my grandpa. Okay, so do I have it? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so this is thalassemia. So this recessive allele causes the abnormal production of hemoglobin. The hemoglobin changes shape. It is very important for hemoglobin to remain in round shape. Okay, because round is the largest surface area that can carry the most amount of oxygen. Okay, so when you change the shape of hemoglobin, when the shape is abnormal, of course it reduces their ability to carry oxygen. That's why you would have anemia. Okay, so thalassemia major, okay, you have minor, okay, this is not important. Okay, so what, hemoglobin in your content is less. Okay, erythrocyte, which is red blood cell, okay, smaller in size, pale in color. Okay, so you would have all the symptoms of an anemia person. Okay, so you have anemia, fatigue, pale complexion, jaundice, slow growth, bone deformation, brain difficulty. Basically, what happens when you lack oxygen? Basically, this is lack oxygen. When you run, you lack oxygen. What do you have? Okay, you have fatigue. You are short of breath. You look pale. Same thing here. Okay, just without the running this time. Okay, so next, cystic fibrosis, a very rare but deadly disease. Okay, so this is a disease where you have a recessive gene, and then your body produces excessive mucus. Okay, thick and sticky mucus. Okay, so this thick and sticky mucus, okay, people with cystic fibrosis, life expectancy is 35 years old. Okay, you might say, so why is it mucus can cause them to have a short life? Okay, why? Because people with cystic fibrosis, they have very thick and sticky mucus and a lot of mucus. So the mucus will most of the time jam up their lungs or jam up their pancreas. Okay, so as you know, pancreas is our digestive organ. So if they jam up the pancreas, they can't really digest food. So they have to take enzyme pills. And then if they jam up their lungs, okay, they have infection here all the time. Okay, it is very common for cystic fibrosis patients to get pneumonia, okay, any lung-related disease. Okay, so if you have cystic fibrosis, okay, if someone would have cystic fibrosis, they get COVID, there's a lot of complication, a lot of high chance they will die. Okay, so you don't hear it all the time because cystic fibrosis doesn't really run in Asian gene. Very, very super rare case you will see an Asian with cystic fibrosis. Okay, mostly it is in Caucasians, okay, white people, okay, mat sallehs, they have this gene. Okay, even though then it's still super rare. Okay, super rare as in less than 1%. Okay, and in Asian it's even rarer. Okay, you don't see this all the time. And people with cystic fibrosis, they have to go to hospital all the time, to extract they have to use therapy and to remove this mucus from their lung because they can't breathe. Okay, pneumonia is when you can't breathe. Okay, something like your COVID. Okay, anything that happens to your lung, you can't breathe. Okay, because of thick mucus. It's like you're drowning in your own mucus. Okay, it's like land drowning, if you will. Okay, if you think of it that way. Okay, so sad case. Okay, is there a cure for cystic fibrosis? No, there's only therapy to reduce the symptoms. There's no way you can cure this. Okay, something like muscle atrophy. Okay, I'm sure every one of you heard of Stephen Hawking. Okay, he has something called muscle atrophy. Okay, some part of his brain, okay, they cannot connect to his muscle, so he cannot move his muscle. When you cannot move your muscle will shrink. Okay, to a point that you can't even walk, you have to be on a wheelchair. Okay, again, genetic disease, you can't change this. Okay, sad to say. Anyway, so genes and chromosome, okay, I'm sure you already know this lah. Okay, so this is your chromosome. Okay, basically you zoom in inside your nucleus, you have your chromosome. Okay, chromosome is like a benang, okay, a thread. Okay, if your mom has a sewing machine, you take that whole gulong of thread, that is your chromosome, and then you pull a thin strand out, that is your DNA. Okay, that is your DNA. Okay, and then your DNA has sections. Maybe this section determines your height, then that's called a gene. Okay, so gene is a section of DNA. Okay, it's a section of DNA that determines the same characteristic. Maybe this is height, this is eye color, this is, and so on and so forth. Okay, so basically, okay, this is not so important. DNA is basically made up of 4 particles. Okay, 4 particles, which is GACT. Okay, G stands for guanine. Okay, A stands for adenine, T stands for thymine, C stands for cytosine. Okay, so I say why does this matter? Okay, you have a long chain of DNA. Okay, and this sequence is random. Okay, you might be, okay, let's say this person is A, C, T, G, C, A. Okay, so maybe further down the road is A, T, C, G, C, G, T, A, T, G, G, okay, that's his password. When your password is like 1,000,000 kilometers long, of course all our passwords will be different. That's why your DNA, only you have it. That password, only you have it. You have a specific password inside your DNA. Only you have it. Okay, so that's okay. One unit is called a nucleotide. This you need to know. This part is important. Okay, this is the basic unit of a DNA. Okay, so what are they consist of? Okay, you have a deoxyribose sugar here. Okay, this pentagon here is called a deoxyribose sugar, and then you have a phosphate group. Okay, because your mouth looks like an O, so so that's a round shape. Okay, and then usually you have a square shaped thing here. That is what we call a nitrogenous base. Okay, so a square shape looks like a base, so I just remember it that way. Okay, so you know what, this one I'm not gonna talk about this, okay, because this is a bit next week stuff already. Okay, so let's look at some of our exercise. Okay, so this is our last week's one. Okay, the video is a bit long, so I'll try to keep the exercise as short. Okay, let's look at blood group. Okay, so blood group AB and homozygous B. Okay, homo is 2, so this is IB. Okay, so AB is confirmed, IA, IB. Okay, so phenotype of parents. Okay, phenotype of parents is AB, okay, and B. So genotype is IA, IB, and then this is IB. Okay, and then gametes. So the father would have half the sperm in A, half the sperm in B. The mother the ovum has only all B. Because she only has B gene, she has no A gene. Okay, so 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4. Okay, so, sorry, I drew it too big. Okay, so the first child will be IA, IB. Second child IA, IB. Third child IB. Okay, fourth child IB. Okay, so first possibility, this is AB group, B group, and B group. Okay, so genotypic ratio is 1:1. Phenotypic ratio is also 1:1. Okay, you can actually do this at home. If you know your mother's blood type or your father's blood type, then you can try and match it and see what possibility do you get. Okay, So again, second case, both they are blood group A and B, they are both heterozygous. Okay, hetero means different. So means the father or the mother is IAIO. Okay, and then the other one is IBIO, because hetero means two different. Okay, so A, B, okay, IAIO, IBIO. Okay, so gametes here will be IA and IO. Okay, this one is IB and your IO. Okay, so 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4. So the first one is IA, IB. Second one, IA, IO. Third, IBIO. Fourth, IO, IO. Okay, so first child, AB, A, B, and O. This combination, you can create all 4 children. Okay, so 25% each. So the genotypic ratio is 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. Phenotypic ratio is also 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. Okay, very interesting. Okay, so for blood group A, B, and O, so A, B, and O, AB is for sure IA, IB. O is for sure IO, IO. Okay, so the gamete is IA and IB. O is IO and IO. Okay, I know some books they only write it once because it's the same thing. I will write it like I write it because I don't want to get confused. Okay, there's no fault writing it one more time. Okay, so 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4. Okay, so the first child IAIO, second child IAIO, third child IBIO, fourth child IBIO. Okay, so blood A, blood A, blood B, blood B. Genotypic ratio 1 to 1. Alright, I hope you understand this. So it's the same thing as your blood group. Sorry, your, what was it again? Okay, other stuff. Okay, all the genetics. Okay, hemophilia and your color blindness, same thing. Okay, so complete the diagram to show possible of genotype P and Q. Okay, so P, okay, if you're blood group A, you can be also IAIO. Okay, they already write one for you. And then for O is for sure IOIO. Oh, you're supposed to write it here again, whatever. Okay, explain the meaning of multiple alleles. Okay, so means more than, okay, 2 alleles. Okay, alleles is usually 2, dominant and recessive. Means more than 2, it can be 2 dominant, 1 recessive, or 1 recessive, 1 dominant, 2 recessive. It can happen. You might even have 3 dominant. Okay, who knows? Okay, state 2 co-dominant alleles. So I, A, I, B. Okay, explain what determines blood group AB. Okay, a person having 2 co-dominant alleles, okay, which is IAIB. Okay, this one you cross it yourself. Okay, this one is form 3 stuff, do it yourself. Okay, let's do one more question. Okay, let's do one more question. This one is what is this again? Hemophilia. Okay, it was found that the father shows symptoms of this disease, but the mother did not show any similar symptom. Okay, the couple has 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. 1 boy and 1 girl share the symptom of the father. Okay, so the father is hemophiliac. I write hemo here. Okay, so the mother, can you see? One big, one small, we call it carrier. Okay, so the children, first one is, this is, okay, female, female, male, male. XX is female. Okay, so this is the carrier. Okay, this one is hemo. This one is normal. This one is hemo. Okay, what is hereditary disease? Okay, a disease, okay, that can be passed on to the next generation. Okay, give 2 examples of hereditary disease like sex-linked. Okay, so what is a sex-linked disease? Okay, first you have hemophilia. Okay, and then or you have color blindness. Okay, the albinism and whatnot, those are not sex-linked. Okay, they are inherited, but they are not sex-linked, so don't get confused there. Okay, so E1, the boy who has this disease inherited the culprit gene. So who causes it? Who's the culprit? Who's the thief? Okay, who's the offensive guy? Okay, from which parent? So she got it from who? Okay, the boy who has this disease. Maybe, okay, let's say this. Okay, so who he got the X small h from? Okay, so okay, so he got the Y from the father for sure. So this XH is got it from who? Okay, he got it from the mother. Okay, so explain your answer. Okay, he got the Y chromosome from the father. Okay, and the recessive gene, okay, which is X small h from the mother. Okay, so E, if a girl who share the symptom of the father is, okay, share symptom of the father means a hemophiliac girl lah, which is this girl. Okay, so is confirmed of carrying the hereditary disease. Is she homozygous or heterozygous? Okay, for sure she is homo. For sure she's homo. Okay, because if she's heterozygous, then she wouldn't have the symptom. She will be a carrier. She will be a normal, but she has the gene. Okay, so explain your answer. Okay, so how should you say this? Okay, she has the symptom. Okay, means that she is hemophilia. Okay, having two recessive hemophilia allele. Okay, which is XH. Okay, so which is what you can call homozygous recessive. Okay, just explain like how it is. You get your marks. Okay, it's very simple to score in this chapter. So F, give one example of hereditary blood disease that's not sex-linked. Okay, so it's not sex-linked if it's thalassemia. Okay, or you can say sickle cell anemia. Okay, is there any cure for suitable treatment suitable for this condition? Okay, so okay, they're asking for cure, so no. Okay, you can say the disease, okay, is carried in the DNA. Okay, you can say not possible to alter the DNA. So is there a way you can correct the DNA? Unfortunately, no. If you can correct DNA, then we would have cured cancer. This cancer is caused by fault in DNA. Okay, I think I'll stop here. Okay, because the video is getting shamefully long. Okay, so anyway, thank you for listening. Okay, thank you for paying attention. I hope this video helps. Okay, let me emphasize this again. This part for sure they will ask in SPM. Okay, so put your time here. Okay, spend more effort doing in all the questions. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Next week we'll talk about DNA. Okay, the difficult part is really over. Next week we'll talk about DNA, and maybe we will finish up the chapter. Okay, maybe in 2 weeks we'll finish the chapter. Okay, so if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and if you would like to join my live class, kindly go to TDC Education on Facebook or tdceducation.org. I'll see you next week, and bye.